Ho ho, the future of the specky, where will it go? Y'all better stop to fear. The thirst and some new blood are here. If Rookie ain't picked, Christmas can be extinct, 'cause I'll be jingling bombs about St. Fate.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to week 9 of Bomb Rookies. Today we have lesson 4, Gluttony. So, what I'm going to be doing for the next 4 weeks is I'm going to be going over the 4 categories of spectacular performance. Those can be found on the league lineup prospect pipeline. In terms of your prospects are graded in 4 categories. You have gluttony, cheer, consistency, originality. We're starting today with gluttony. So I'm just going to give you the quick dictionary definition of gluttony. Gluttony is habitual greed or excess in eating. So basically, you see food, you want the food, you need the food, you eat the food, and you just keep eating, and you're like, It's just really, all you do is you're eating lots of food, and you're loving it, and you're wanting it, and that's really what it's all about. It's about food, it's about eating, and it just so happens that that's a big part of what the spectacular is about. Because if you think about it, the spectacular brunch we have, whether it be at Majestic or East Wind or some other place, it's really the high point of the day. I think that's certainly my opinion. I think that's kind of what the day builds to and then slowly comes down from. So it's a huge part, and that's why we're starting with gluttony. It's first on the list, and I think it's certainly one of the most important components. So when it comes to the spectacular, more specifically, gluttony is about how many plates can you eat at the brunch. That is the big question. So you may ask, you get a prospect grade on gluttony. How do you show your abilities as a rookie who hasn't gotten to eat plates yet? How do you prove that you have what it takes to eat an elite amount of plates? Well, I would say step 1, do eating related campaign activities. We have both our rookies this year doing such a thing. We have Mistletoe Matt eating pizza, as fast as he can. We got Yuletide Yosef doing a cooking class. Put it out there. It's a big part of the specky. Make it part of your campaign as well. And, another more subtle thing you do is just have a gluttonous attitude in everything you do. Be over the top and aggressive, really show that you go all into everything you do. Why wouldn't you do it for eating as well? It's another great way to show it. And just keep talking about how much you love food, how much you love the Christmas brunch, the French toast, the taters, the steak, the eggs, bacon, sausage, fruits, desserts, whatever it may be. I love them. I talk about them all the time. You should too. I think everybody loves them. This is how you do it. So now we get to the real big question of today's episode. How do you perform on the day of? When you need to be gluttonous, how are you gluttonous? And as someone who's coming off the 3rd highest play total ever, I think I'm pretty well qualified to talk on this topic. Especially considering the 2 people ahead of me are a little bit naturally easier for them to eat a little bit more food when you look at them compared to me. But that just proves no matter what type of body you got, you can eat a lot. Rhymes, I like that. All right, so step 1, practice, practice, practice. During the entire campaign season, eat more and more, eat faster and faster, more and more quantity. Keep trying to push the limits of what you can do when it comes to gluttony. And I think it's something you can certainly improve over time. And I think Matt's trying to do it. Snowflake Smitty did it last year. It's a great way to train yourself. When it comes to the week of, you want to really try to expand your stomach so your stomach can get as large as possible. Really eat a lot that week. But what you want to do is you want to taper off. So the day before, you want to really take it easy. You don't want to push your stomach. You don't want to eat anything that's going to disrupt it. You want your stomach have a nice day of recovery to feel ready to go, peak performance, the day of the spectacular. And then the morning of the spectacular, please don't eat anything. See what happened to Snowflake last year as an example. Who knows how many plates he could have had if he didn't almost die from the peanut butter pretzels and then choose to eat a bowl of Frosted Flakes. So you never know. Just don't eat anything before. Make sure you're nice and hungry going into it. Now when you're actually at the spectacular, I would say don't overstuff your plate. You want to get, and we talked about this on the podcast, but you want to get the minimum amount of food that will qualify as a plate, because the goal is to maximize the plate quantity, because plates are how we determine gluttony. That's the way we do it. So you want to work within the system to get the maximum. So get the minimum plate size. That's huge. And when it comes to strategy, well, what do you win? I personally would say you start off with your favorites. Your first 2 plates, your first 2 or 3 plates, those are going to be the plates you're going to really enjoy. You're going to really be loving them. You'll still be feeling good. You want to have something that you can go down without thinking about it. You enjoy it. You want to enjoy the lunch. That's what it's all about. And so get something you enjoy. And if you're going to get something a little bit more substantial, get it early on, because you're not going to be able to force it down later. There's just not going to be a chance. And then as it goes along, save some of the stuff that you're looking forward to a little bit less, something a little bit plainer and basic, something easier for the stomach to handle. You can just slide it down the little gullet without really thinking too much about it. And because at that point, it's about just getting food down the pipes. You're not really, by the time you get to those 4th and 5th plates, enjoyment is going to be a lot less, and it's going to be more about willpower. So you're not really going to be concerned about the food itself, but just get something that's easy to go down the old esophagus, if you know what I'm saying. And you're going to have plenty of time. An hour and a half, you're not going to be able to eat for an hour and a half nonstop. So time isn't an issue. There's no need to rush. Take your time, enjoy it. And just remember, this is about enjoying a brunch, enjoying some great food with some great people. And if you're not having fun, you're not going to do well. So no need to kill yourself, because if you're doing that, you're not going to succeed anyway. So that's the lesson for the day on gluttony. Moving on to our rankings portion of the show. We do have our first mix-up and first edition of the year. Checking in at number 1, and this is really more of a 1A than a 1B, but I do have Yuletide jumping Mistletoe Matt into the top rookie spot. I mean, they are neck and neck. I still think Matt has maybe the best campaign going, or certainly close to it. But Yuletide, Slate, and Close Miss last year combined with maybe the best video of the spectacular that he just released with his time traveling and cooking episode 2. I mean, that was just so high quality. In fact, you've earned the jingle bombs for it, Yuletide. So you now have actually 3 unused, so reach out to me for that. There's a couple other jingle bombings currently in the works, but for other people. But Yuletide still needs to cash in on his. And checking in at 3, he's already been eliminated, but great future ahead of him is Merry Madness. It's a huge honor for him to even make it on these rankings. That means I think he's done something to deserve to be on the rankings. So congratulations to you, Merry Madness, for making the rankings for the first time. And we're coming up on 9/11 here, so time to wrap up. Just remember, reach out to me with any ideas you may have regarding the spectacular, especially gluttony. I think that's a real area of expertise for me. And other than that, we're just going to be continuing along these 4 components next week as we start hitting the final stretch of the spectacular. So with that all being said, go eat some food and enjoy our closing song.
Boom, boom, ho, ho, the future of the specky. Where will it go? Y'all better stop to fear the terrorist and some new blood here. If lucky ain't picked, Christmas can be extinct, 'cause I'll be jingling my bombs about the same age.